I was born and raised in Arlington, Virginia, which was, in those days, was not a terrific place to be Jewish. There were 10 kids in my high school who were Jews, and my only connection with Judaism was through the United Synagogue movement. On kibbutz in 1967, I was a volunteer with some other American kids, and I loved it, and I dreamed then of coming back to Israel and being a part of this pioneer spirit. There was something so special about people working together, whether it was on the land or whatever. I really felt a part of a people.
I was born in London, and I was raised in London, such as it was, because there were difficult times. One became very aware at a fairly young age of the fact that we were a minority group, and that stuck with me.
We met standing in line at JFK. He started talking to me and he asked me where I was going, and one of the places I was going was Israel. And the minute he heard the word Israel, he said to me, I was just in Israel, and little flashing lights went off in my brain. He got his seat, and I asked if I could, the stewardess, could she seat me next to him? And she told me she was sorry that that seat was taken, but she could put me close.
And sure enough, she sat down in the row in front of me. She then invited me to join her, and we sat on the plane and we talked for 5 hours, non-stop. 24 hours later, I said, what would you say if I asked you to marry me? And she said, yeah, possibly. Yes, probably. But life has been very interesting. I have been married for 45 years. My wife and I, we've had a very active life, and I've enjoyed it enormously.
Our first involvement as a couple was when we received an invitation from the Simon Wiesenthal Center to go on a mission with them in their early days. They were only a few years old, and we were invited to go to the Vatican to meet the Pope and to meet Simon Wiesenthal. We went to the Soviet Union to support the refuseniks. We went to Ethiopia, to the Jewish villages, after the first airlift. I learned very early on, from the first time that Bernard and I went to Skokie, Illinois, to stand up against the Nazis, that one person makes a difference. Because we went to Skokie and we were only like 35 people from Los Angeles who took a Motzi Shabbat flight to Skokie, and we were standing up against Nazis who were screaming, heat up the ovens, Hitler should have finished the job. And Bernard and I, when we read about it, we jumped on the plane with the 35 people who were going, and we went. And what we discovered, even though there were no other Jews in sight, when we came back to Los Angeles in the wee hours of the morning, we turned on the television to see ourselves on camera, and we were davening with an Orthodox rabbi, and it looked like the Jews stood up for themselves. That was the day that I learned that one person makes a difference, because perception is everything. We are coming up to the 70th anniversary of the State of Israel. And what we have seen what I have seen from the age of 16, which was my first trip, to now, is a miracle of magnificent proportions. I think that if a Torah was written today, that the story of the State of Israel in the last 70 years is of biblical proportions.
Stand With Us, we came to know them, to know Stand With Us a few years back, and I thought, hey, they're not going to lay down. They're going to say, bring it on.
Young Jews cannot understand what it is they're being duped about, what the lies that are being told. And I think Stand With Us, the reason I was excited to be embraced by Roz Rothstein and by people at Stand With Us in Jerusalem is because there's a whole population of young Jewish people who don't know what they have to be proud of. And by giving them the tools, by sharing with them that pride, it changes their entire future. It changes them on the college campuses, but hopefully it will change them for the rest of their lives. There's a big world out there that we want to stand with Israel. The college campus is an important place, but I see more and more as there's more attention to Facebook and social media that we are looking to change the minds of people all over the world who don't understand the state of Israel. And I think Stand With Us, through its current approach, is garnering tremendous respect for Israel and changing minds all over the world, not just on college campuses.
Am Israel Chai, and don't forget it. When somebody comes to you and telling you about those Jews, you reply to them, Am Israel Chai.